used to be a big General Motors town. And when General Motors left, there was some very difficult economic times in Pontiac, Michigan, and they continue to be. So you'll notice there's a fair amount of empty space. I don't know that there's as many abandoned houses as there used to be, but a lot of them have been demolished. But you'll see green space where houses used to be when General Motors was in town. And all of the Detroit area, thank goodness Detroit is coming back and has done an amazing job. But you see green space here. So now we are coming on to Woodward and the southern part of, again, what's called the Loop for the Dream Cruisers. You can see there's caution tape. People are starting to mark off areas where they've kind of claimed their spot, where you can sit, where you can't sit. Okay, here's some classic cars coming up.
50-something Corvette.
So we'll open the window here, so you can hear these cars, because I don't know, but I've been told that that's a big part of it. So I'll be quiet for a minute and you can listen to the cars pre-Dream Cruise cruising. It's hot as heck out tonight, but it is beautiful and it is fun. And the other thing that's fun about Dream Cruise is not only what you see, but what you smell. Because the fuel smells different, everything's different. And there's a shared passion for these beautiful vehicles and the people that have worked so hard to either restore them or preserve them. It's really neat. So we're going to keep going and we're going to share these vehicles with you. Again, we're on the southern part of the Loop in Pontiac right now. And I'm just going to keep going. I apologize that I can't really communicate with you because I just need to keep learning this live stuff. But I appreciate you being on here, and we're going to share what it's like to be on the Loop in Michigan. And we're heading southbound to Woodward Avenue. This is called M1. And can you see how black the road is?
That's the racetrack.
That's where they race on the street. Please don't street race. Don't try this at home. You know how it is. And when we come up here, you're going to see there's a place called M1, which used to be
like a GM plant.
A GM plant, we think. Can you hear this? So we think that it used to be a GM plant, but now it has become these plate watching places. So this is the beginning of the Loop. I'm told that's Grumpy. So I was saying about M1. You see people, even on Thursday night, will sit outside and watch cars. Super fun. All right, so we have M1 up here, and this is a place where they have these really cool luxury garages, and people will live there. Okay, we got some motorcycles coming up here.
Yeah, motorcycles.
So they have their garages and accommodation. They have a track where if they have fancy cars, they can run their cars on the track. It's been a really interesting progression to watch this place come to life. They have all kinds of events now. I think one of the first times I remember it being used was several years ago now. Richard Rawlings was on that track racing.
Yep.
For
Roadkill nights.
Roadkill nights here at Dream Cruise. And that's one of the first times. Oh, there's a vehicle up there. I don't know if you can see it. I love those convertible Broncos. They are the coolest old things. I would love to have one of those. Don't have much else around us yet, but hang in there. We're going to get down to Woodward and you will see how exciting that is. It's wonderful. And we'll keep the windows open when we hear some good grumpy stuff for you. So again, this is M1 concourse where there's a track and luxury garages with accommodation in them. I think honestly now they're about $1 million for one of the garages. They're pretty posh. All right, so this is cruising Woodward up at the north end, but heading southbound. People sitting outside getting ready to watch vehicles. It's pretty, you can see that there's been a lot of deterioration here in Pontiac, but as Detroit comes back, we believe that Pontiac will as well. So again, we're pre-cruising Thursday night before the Dream Cruise 2025. I believe the last couple years the number has been 1 million plus on Saturday for the actual Dream Cruise. One of the distinctions that the Dream Cruise has is that it's one of the hottest darn days of the year. You get down here and you're watching cars. I know I've spoken with people that it's one of their concerns with the older vehicles to get stuck in traffic and have to run those old cars, you know, just sit there and keep it running when it's 100 plus degrees out. So they don't necessarily, some of them will just take it and park and enjoy the other vehicles and go to different events with people with similar cars and park and enjoy the other vehicles and go to different events with people with similar cars but they won't necessarily drive in the cruise. See this? Isn't that fun? Yeehaw! All these car lovers. I mean, we have cars in our bloods around these parts. Love them. That's a cool car. So you can see pretty much everywhere you look down here, people are enjoying. There's a cool gold one over there. I'm not sure what it is.
Corvette.
So my driver tells me it's a Corvette.
C7 Corvette.
C7 Corvette. We just went by too. We went by relatively quickly, so I didn't really get a chance to show you, but we went by the Viper Club. Now, I love those cars. They are the bomb. So we are at about, well, we're at South Boulevard, which I think would be the equivalent of about 20 mile.
Square Lake, 19.
Or Square Lake. Sorry, I thought South Boulevard. But we are at Square Lake, which is 19. So in Detroit area, for those that don't know, they have a mile road system that runs east-west. And it's kind of neat when you're in downtown Detroit. It's on the Detroit River, and it used to be that you could go up in the Renaissance Center, which is right at the river, and it used to be General Motors. And before that, can you see that Plymouth? Fun, guys. So, but Detroit roads are built on a spoke system, and when you used to go upstairs in the Renaissance Center, you could see they all went out from that area. Now, my understanding, and don't take this to be a historical fact, but my understanding was that was more like a rail yard. Rail yards used to come into a central point and go out in a spoke fashion on the rails. And when you're up in the sky in the Renaissance Center, you could see that that's how the Detroit streets were built. Really interesting. So now we're in Bloomfield Hills to fame stories of Bloomfield. Telegraph, but it's just here by a couple miles. And so, okay. It's so fun to see people share this guy who sees a car that he loves, or whatever your passion is. It's great to get out and share that. And that's one of the things, as trusted tour guide Annie, I'm encouraging people. We have so much technology now where we can share and save your know-how. There's so many people with these wonderful talents and backgrounds, and we should save them for the next generations. All right. I just wish you guys could smell it. Place that used to house the Corvettes. I mean, people visiting and staying for the weekend. Real posh hotel. You can see some great viewing areas up here in Bloomfield. See the big checker flag coming up. Everything decorated. So fun. And it just gets crazier from here. By Saturday morning, it's crazy times. I can't remember how many cars they say show up, but it's really interesting. We tried one year to figure out anyway, trying to figure out the value. You know, if you've got, let's call it 100,000 cars at, you know, 100 grand average, what would that be? And I mean, the numbers were just too big for my head. But it's crazy. The amount of people, the amount of money. But it's always nice, you know, there are so many people that work so hard to organize these events. Again, you can see we're in Bloomfield Hills. It's beautiful here. There are different parts of Woodward that have not fared as well as Bloomfield Hills. But Bloomfield Hills has continued to do very well. And, you know, some of the communities, there's several communities, it's all Metro Detroit. But you go from Detroit to, I believe, the first little municipality or town you kind of turns right into it, is called Ferndale. Then you're into Royal Oak, and then from Royal Oak you're into West Bloomfield. We're going to come up to Birmingham here, which has the main Woodward, the main drag, if you will, but it also has Old Woodward on it. There's a lot of auto executives that live out this way. Very, very posh area. So hopefully you're finding this interesting. If you like cars, you're in the right spot.
It has a good, I like the yellow.
And if you like history. You know, can you imagine You think of Detroit, I know a lot of people think of Detroit as, you know, being a tough town, which it is. It has had its challenges, but there's a sweetness to it too. And imagine our lives without Motown. Imagine our lives without cars. Just, it's inconceivable. And the Henry Ford production line and all of the things that came out of this historical, amazing area. An area filled with history of ingenuity, challenges, and on its way back. And I'm just going to say for the record, since we're here, go Lions! Just throwing that out there. I don't know if you can see. I'll try and zoom in without making you sick. They've got, you know, the planes overhead. We saw the Goodyear blimp earlier today flying around. Nothing too exotic around us at the moment. There's a pretty little Porsche. Although, you know, I don't know how you guys feel, but four-door Porsche is like, I don't know what it is, but it's just not interesting to me. I'm sure it's a lovely car to drive and very high quality, but it's like blah. You can see traffic's really slowing down because people are cruising now. I know there's some kind of protocol, like the cars that are actually cruising are supposed to stay on the curb side so that the observers can see them, and then the cars that are trying to just get somewhere are supposed to stay on the inside boulevard lanes so they can keep going. So relatively soon we are going to park somewhere and you'll get that perspective, and you can see what it's like from that vantage point. We'll probably go up to 12 or 13 mile for anybody that's coming into the cruise. Although I think they close this weekend. There's a great donut shop at 12 mile, but they usually close down this time of year. I think they rent out their parking lot. Probably make a lot more money than making donuts. But it's called the Donut Cutter, and usually it's awesome donuts. Old school donuts. So do we have any car fans on here tonight? I hope you guys are enjoying this. So this is Birmingham. It is real high-end neighborhood. They have, oh, look at the people sitting out watching cars tonight. Oh my goodness, what fun. I'm so glad we came out. I was literally falling asleep on the couch. I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I'm glad we're here. Look at this. It's so cool that this is a part of our community and that we get to see it. And all these wonderful people. I think we might be getting ice cream too at a really cool place. But, so anyways, in this, oh, look at that pretty car. So in this community, they have a lot of foreign car dealerships.
European.
Yeah, European, like Audi.
Porsche.
And Porsche. And all those cool cars. Look at that beauty coming up in the boulevard there. Isn't that beautiful? I like me a Mercedes too. Those are pretty sweet. You know what the best car is? The one that's paid for. That's my world. I'm a pretty simple girl when it comes to that. Hey, you guys, it would be great if you could subscribe, send me a note, tell me the type of thing you want to see. There's some cars for you. They're bikes, but they still look fun as heck, don't they? That's a fun way to get around when the traffic's crazy. They also have on the Saturday morning, they do a fun run, which is really neat. So again, we are in Birmingham's, heading southbound in metropolitan Detroit, getting ready for the Dream Cruise, which is officially on Saturday. Typically gets about 1 million people. Absolutely amazing experience. If you have any interest in one of two things, people watching or cars, you need to do it at least once in your life. Oh, look at that one. So fun. There's this one, I don't know, if you're a car person, you've probably seen it online, but I always think it's interesting. It's an upside down van, and they actually have the wheels, if you can imagine this. Imagine you see a van upside down, and it drives that way. Oh, there's my Bronco that I like. That open air Bronco, or convertible Bronco, I guess you'd call it. Love those. You can see it's a real family festival. Oh, here comes something I can hear. Some Detroit muscle parked up there. I don't know if you can see them. So fun. I want to keep explaining where we are so you know, but by the same token, I don't want to interrupt. I know real car lovers like listening to them. Again, I wish you could smell it because there's something really interesting about the smells of all these different cars. And so you can see, so people will get set up, and I don't believe overnight camping is allowed, but what they do is they rent a space, and they put their canopy there, and then they lower it, they take the top off, and they come back the next day, and all they gotta do is pop it up, set up, and ready to go. back around so you can get back to some dream cruising. So you can see 13 Mile and Woodward in the Detroit area. I believe we are going to try and park so you can get the perspective of what it's like to be parked and watch the cars go by. That's kind of neat too. It's fun to drive in it, but you don't see near as much. So you can see this area, I forget who runs this, but it's a park. And on Saturday you pay to park in it, and then you get some like grandstand seating and stuff. But the automotive companies and I think we can go through the far end. But again, all the big three, it used to be called. They set up all kinds of viewing areas and parties, and then of course the other side of it is it's not just the I think people tend to think of the big three, but they don't necessarily think of all the feeder plants. If you're not from here, that might not be something you think about, but it's a big deal. Okay, we are going to walk now. So hopefully you're going to continue joining us and check out what it's like to be in the Motor City for Dream Cruise Week. Here we go. All right, guys. So this is our technical location at the moment. Star Road and North Woodward. This, I believe, is technically in the city of Royal Oak. Look at this beautiful car. Isn't that beautiful? Take you, get a nice view of that. You know, it just takes so much work. I mean, I know it's money, right? Like there's a certain money component, but in addition to the money, it's the passion that it takes. I never want to get too close to anyone's car. It makes people nervous if they're around. But that's a pretty good view for you. I wish I could hear you all and see all your comments and see if there's anything in particular you'd like a picture of. Short of that, I'll just keep walking.
He likes to try and tell me what to do, but
It's a crazy crowd. Americana. Okay, check this out. There's somebody with some commitment. Like it or don't like it, still amazing. So as you can see, it's a party atmosphere. And this is still 2 days before the event.
America, the best is yet to come. If you've got Trump as your president, you got your back.
Okay, I'm not in control of the sounds around me, folks.
Come on in, stop and
I'm not about the politics.
Trump Unity Bridge.
Alright, I'm going to go for a walk and see if we can see some other cars.
Each careful step on the byway, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt,
you know, video can't always capture the feeling of these places, but at least it's a little bit of an opportunity to see folks and what's happening here in the Motor City this weekend. Again, if you like to people watch, or you like cars, or you like both, you need to get here. This is a cool car. I like that Mustang. All right. I know I get vertigo so easily, so I'm hoping that I'm not bumping up and down too much for you guys. I'm trying to keep it as steady as I can. Oh, look at this one. How fun. Fun, right? Look at that. Look at the finish on that. Oh, there's a cool one up here I want to show you. Again, I apologize. I know it's hard to capture everything, but you know what? It's let's go up at this one because I can show you under the hood. And I know some of you car guys, you love looking under the hood. Look at this. How beautiful. So like I said, you know, it's relatively small amount of foreign vehicles, but there's some cool ones for sure. This MG is pretty neat looking. Dedication it takes to keep these older vehicles up and running like this is crazy. It really must be a labor of love. Look at this old truck. How cool is that? I love that matte finish. Isn't that neat? All right, now it smells so darn good. There's like barbecue and all kinds of restaurants open. It smells so good. Look at this Torino. All right, send this to your car friends. Tell them to get on here. We still got a little bit of time filming left. If they're interested in being part of the Detroit
If you guys are around,
Motown Dream Cruise on, well, like I say, it's Saturday, but we're out tonight. Oh, look at this Ferrari. For all you guys with some extra money. All right, let's get a closer look. Of course, you can't get too close. I'm sure it's got all kinds of alarms, but isn't that beautiful? Let's see. I know everybody looks at these. What color are the calipers? How cool. Let's go around the other side. Closest I'll ever be to that kind of money. And then there's the sadder sites part of Detroit. A little bit of rundown. We got some tough times, but hey, we're coming back. All right. Okay, we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna keep walking and then probably head back, get in the car, and then we'll cruise northbound on Woodward. We came down from the loop in Pontiac and we're down at 13 Mile and Woodward Avenue, Detroit, Michigan for Dream Cruise nights. Thursday night, the cruise is actually on Saturday, but we can't make it. So we're out just enjoying. It's a beautiful night, actually. Not too hot. Anyway, so stick with us. We're gonna cruise back up to the loop. If you have any friends that like cars or like people watching, Send them the link, tell them to join us live, have some fun, follow us. We're not just about cars, but we're about life's fun events. Next week, I'm going to be volunteering at Live Golf in Michigan. Check us out. I'll try and go live from there for a few minutes, if they allow it. But we'll definitely get you some pictures for sure.
And I'm about to go grab my Woodward shirt.
This is a great liquor store here on Woodward. I'll just take you in. I don't want to invade their privacy, but it's so cool. Look at that wall of liquor. They've also got some great snacks, and so if anybody's at Dream Cruise on Saturday, this is a great place to stop and pick up some snacks. They do sandwiches. It's great. I think the hardest thing about Dream Cruise is on Saturday trying to find a bathroom. Everybody closes their bathroom and you're kind of on your own. Hey guys, we're here at 13.5 Mile and Woodward Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, live. Getting ready. Dream Cruise is Saturday. This is live Thursday evening. As you can see, it's already a party atmosphere here in Detroit, celebrating our heritage, which is Motor City, cars, and all the culture that goes with them. It's a great place. Detroit muscle. Alright, we're gonna head back to get in our car and we will cruise northbound. So again, you can see people are starting to put their canopies out even though it's 2 days ahead of time. Tomorrow night will be a big night. That's a cool paint job on this Harley. Look at that. One of the other cars I always look for at Dream Cruise is, it's actually, I think, a Canadian creation. It's a VW Bug, the shape of a bug, but it's made out of wrought iron. It's really interesting. I'm sure you can find it online, but it's cool to see it live.
The three that I put in the field. How many dogs? A lot. I'm the only one who says I'm not going and don't go.
you imagine what would Henry Ford think today? You know, because you could buy a Ford at that point. What color? What color, everybody, could you get? You could buy black. That was it. I mean, when you think of the industry just related to aftermarket parts for vehicles, that's huge, let alone the vehicles themselves. Oh, there's Herbie the Love Bug. Can you see it? There it is. Super fun. I'm going to walk out here a little closer if I can, without getting run over. So just around town this week, I've seen license plates with toy haulers from all over. California, Texas, Florida, Oregon, all over the place. So they come from everywhere, that's for sure. There's a fun one. So there's another one that, a vehicle I usually see when I'm down here, which is a VW bus, you know, and it's got the matching surfboards. And I'm sure in this day and age, you get to see all this stuff online. You know, other people are taking pictures and you get to see it. But it's so cool to be out close and personal. And again, it's not just seeing them, it's the smells and the sounds that come with them. And the people and the characters and the... I wonder if Eminem's around and Kid Rock and all those famous Michigan people. They're probably not out here sweating like we are, but I imagine they'll be around. They can't be from here and not love cars. It's just not allowed. Porta Johns, those are always an obligation at these events. Look at that. So like we told you earlier, the cars that are cruising, the show, if you will, is always supposed to be on the inside curb so that people can watch them. And then people that are just driving are supposed to go the inside. look at this. How beautiful is that? Oh, I love those Vipers. How do you not love those Vipers? Oh, so cool. There's my Bronco again.
Same one?
Yep. I think they call that color root beer. Is that root beer? Uh-oh, future car lovers of America right here. You guys sick of cars yet? Should I turn this off? I think I'll keep it on for a while. I'm probably driving my husband crazy, but it's kind of fun to share it. It's so cool. Oh, look at this white. I don't even know what you would call this. I know at one point in its life it was probably a truck. But look at this thing. Watch, guys. All right, you ready? Oh my, look at this. Now that is pink. I don't know how well it shows up online, but super pink, super cool. Want to go or? Hey guys, hope that you're gonna follow me, subscribe, and go on this adventure called life. I'm a project manager by trade. Oh, look at this. That's pretty. So project manager, bit of a techie. I help people save their stories. If you're a car person, you want to save the legacy of your car restoration. You want to teach the next generation how to work on engines, whatever it is, I can help you create that legacy story to tell the next generation. That's my goal. I've seen so many people pass away with all the knowledge they stored in their head, and it's such a shame. We have the tech now. I can help you make videos. You can teach people. We can voice record. We can do whatever it takes to save whatever your passion is. Vehicles, golf. Women, I'm not going there, guys. That's your problem. Painting, plumbing, electrical, whatever you think you can teach and share. Don't let your obituary just be about, these were my kids' names, these are my grandkids' names, and that's it. Tell your story. We still have time. We had a friend pass away last week, and it's done now. We can't get any more of that story. I believe my purpose in life is to help people using technology, make them comfortable, and share the story of their passion. Let me help you. In the meantime, let's just enjoy some cars, some people. I think we're gonna go for a ride now and head northbound on Woodward in Motown. Okay, it's asking me to verify that I'm a real person. There's so much garbage online, so much AI. Okay, it's asking me to verify that I'm a real person. There's so much garbage online, so much AI. It's asking me to verify that I'm a real person. There's so much garbage online, so much AI that meeting is long. That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, here we are. We're back at it. So again, we came down from the loop in Pontiac, came southbound Woodward Avenue. We are 2 days before Dream Cruise 2025, Detroit, Michigan, known as Motown. On Saturday, they will get 1 million plus people. And I don't know how many cars. Do you know? A whole bunch. See, when you're cruising, it's not as much fun. Like when you're actually in the line. Well, there's a cool VW. So I was saying earlier, you know, some of them, they have it done that the surfboard even matches the vehicle, and the boys all hanging out. I won't tell you what I call this type of activity when the boys are all together. But they're having fun, enjoying these vehicles and this pastime and this passion. Oh look, I don't know if you can see it or if I can catch it. You see this huge motorcycle across the street? Too fun. It's on that trailer. I got some of it. Alright, you are here with trusted tour guide Annie, cruising Woodward, which is M1, I believe the oldest paved road in America?
First paved road, yep.
The first and oldest paved road in the United States of America. It's appropriate that it's here in the Motor City. Just up the way, so we're at 13 Mile and it's at about 7 Mile where the Model T factory still stands today. It's in disrepair, to say the least, but it is there, and there's a plaque that shows where the Model Ts were made. So we are northbound on Woodward. We're at about 13 and a half. This is a great place to stop if you're down this way. Beautiful store. Grab a sandwich. All kinds of fun treats in there. See all the people out. Can you imagine having $1 for each? You know what I should have done? Hello everyone, I have all these lanyards. Why I didn't bring them tonight to hand out, I have no idea, because I'm not very smart apparently. Because they're all from Detroit Grand Prix. They're super cool lanyards for credentials or for whatever you want. I have tons of them. I think maybe I'll sell them on TikTok Shop. That'd be fun. That's a great place right there for Dream Cruise t-shirts. They open, it's like a temporary store every year. They have fun ones. You know, it's funny, I'm still learning this TikTok Live, and I really have no idea how many people are on here. It looks like a bunch. Getting a view of the sun going down. See, as I say, we are M1 northbound right now, which is Woodward Avenue. We are in Royal Oak still, I think. Royal Oak turns into Birmingham, which is part of West Bloomfield. Look at that. Do they call those headers sticking out of that thing?
No.
Or what are those?
It's intake.
Intake.
Billboard injection is what those are. You see your license plate here, this car on the right?
Oh yeah, look at that.
All dirt.
Okay, I just want you to know, if that's Dan Campbell, I'm going through the window. I need an autograph. Gotta shake his hand.
Was it Dan Campbell?
No, it wasn't Dan Campbell, guys. It wasn't. Because I told you if it was.
Was it Danny? Danny Campbell's son?
No. So it is a real festival atmosphere. It's so fun. And I'm so glad that it's going to be great weather, because we have seen years where it's unbearably hot and then it rains and it really kind of wrecks the atmosphere, because as you can see, people don't have a lot of places to sit. They kind of pay for a parking spot, they sit in the back of a pickup truck, they bring a folding chair, they do their best, but there's not a lot of places to hide from the sun and from the heat. So cool though. It's such a, you know, it's just great when, oh, look at that McLaren. Yeah, look what Daddy did.
Some guys with signs right here.
What does 40 roll mean?
No idea.
I don't know. I'm scared to ask. Look at that funny little car.
Chevy Vega.
Chevy Vega, my expert tells me.
Pro Street.
Oh, look at, there's a Rolls. Everybody should have one of those. Everybody should have the money to maintain one of those. Would be
I'd rather
fun.
have the Vega.
So cool.
E-Ray. There's Cold Bug, Turbo Bug.
Oh, look at this. I locked in. Flying. It makes me sad that I mean, I love where we're going on Saturday. That's wonderful. We get to see some wonderful friends and go to a party and stuff. But, you know, I love big crowds, and this is my jam. I love being around this stuff. I love people. I love watching them. There's nothing greater. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but there is nothing greater than seeing someone enjoy their passion, whatever it is. If it's cars, if it's lawnmowers, if it's music, if it's swimming, to see someone have the privilege of doing exactly what they want to do, man, that is living. That's everything. So we are entering Birmingham. Again, this is pretty posh area. A lot of high-end car dealerships. Audi, Porsche. See what else they have up here. They have Ducati motorcycles, I would guess. Ducati doesn't make cars, do they? Look at this. I showed you this pink one earlier. How cool is that? I love it. I have tinted windows, so you don't really see it as well. Look at that dope. Lotus. You can see these dealerships I'm telling you about. Lotus, Ducati. Have fun. So like I say, start booking your flights for Dream Cruise next year. It's something that is really beyond description. We're trying to share it with you for all the car lovers that can't be here. But definitely worth a trip to the Detroit area. Third week in August is typically when it's held, this Saturday. But you'd want to come in the week before. And as far as accommodation, I don't know, I guess I would say Birmingham. It'd be nice if you can afford the hotels here. And if not, downtown Detroit is just fine to stay in. There's some beautiful hotels. There's no reason to be concerned with staying down there. It's really interesting actually, and they're just opening a riverfront park. If you're not familiar with Detroit, it is on an international border with Canada. The Detroit River separates the two. There's currently the Ambassador Bridge that you can go to Canada. You need a passport if you're coming this way. There's a tunnel, and they're building what is called the Gordie Howe Bridge. And so that will be another bridge crossing over to Canada. It goes into Windsor, Ontario. That's where yours truly was born and raised, and I now am privileged to live in the United States. But it's neat. You could come here, enjoy the cars, make it an international vacation. And you're only about, I'm gonna say, 4.5 hours to Niagara Falls if you've never been there. Might want to tack that on your trip. It's better on the Canadian side, by the way. There's a car bumping up and down, and I can't figure out how they're doing it. What is that? Yeah, it's crazy now. I just saw, I'm sorry, I can't, let me see if I can read your name. Sorry. I see we've got a comment here that says, I drove it today. Grand Design Weekend Camper. Hi, Bear. Says, I drove it today about 3:30 p.m. It was getting crazy then. Yeah, it's crazy now for sure. But it's so fun, isn't it? It's exciting. Alright, so we're coming around in Birmingham. I think you've pretty much seen everything there is to see. You can see coming southbound, there's still a bunch of people heading down for the evening. 7:43 right now. Okay, our buddy Grand Design. I live in Washington Township, grew up crushing Gratiot and Woodward back in the 70s and 80s. Whoa, that'd be a yellow light. We're gonna stop. We're hoping everyone else is at this point. I think people tend to be watching the cars, not necessarily the lights. Can get a little dicey for sure. Okay, correction, cruising, not crushing. Fair enough. The crushing sounds good too, though. Alright, we got a green light. Look at the traffic going southbound. That's crazy. Okay, say the actual event's still 2 days away. I think it gets bigger every year, guys. I really do. The passion that people have for their vehicles. Super fun. I wonder, here's something for us all to think about, is imagine 20 years from now, how many of the vehicles that are cruising Woodward at that point are going to be electric? I don't think we'll ever replace the gas engine. Maybe when we're all dead and gone, but I think there's enough passion still. I don't know. Real car people seem to think they're just not as interested in an electric vehicle. At least that's the impression I get when the conversation goes on. And I mean, you can debate it all day. Is it good? Is it not good? Uh-oh. There's the police. Oh, somebody overheated or something. Anyway, so it's interesting to think about, will the electric vehicle actually take over the gas engine? I find that hard to believe. So now we're going into Bloomfield Hills. Traffic's getting a little lighter southbound. I'm going to keep this on until we hit the top of the loop up in Pontiac, and then that'll be it. And we hope you've enjoyed this, and again, book some time. Come to Detroit for the Dream Cruise. I encourage you. Hit me up. I'll help you find a good place to stay, answer your questions. Third Saturday in August. Come the week before. Like it says on here, the whole week leading up is always crazy. So true. And it seems to get busier every year. It's a great time of camaraderie for car lovers, and it's fun, you know. I'm always surprised. I think I started coming about 10 years ago off and on, and I'm surprised and happy to see younger people involved too. You know, I think that it's funny, I'm looking, there's a license plate right there, oldie. So I think that I tend to think of it as a older person's, older person's hobby, if you will. But you see these young guys, and oh, it's so fun to watch them just totally into cars and talking about it. Again, I go back to it. My whole purpose is to help people save their legacy, regardless of what it is. Whatever you do, you've learned about it in your life, and it's something you can pass on and share. And using technology, whether it's voice memos, putting it in a fillable PDF, creating a video, however you want to do it, share your expertise, share what you've learned. I'm happy to help. Send me a note. I'll help you share it. Woo! Like I said, you know, my passion is people and helping them save their stories, regardless of what it is, whether it's cars. Next week, I am volunteering at Live Golf. So I hope to send you some info from there. Maybe try and do a little live. It certainly won't be as long as this. I won't be allowed to do that. But, you know, maybe we'll walk you around the area that I get to be in, and maybe that'll be of interest to you. Would appreciate any subscribes, like, follow, all that good stuff. Stop by and see me again. We are heading to the loop, top of the loop. We already came down the south side, and we're heading north on Woodward. We are at Long Lake, which is 18 Mile Road. Long Lake, which is 18 Mile Road. So Pontiac. And like I said, Pontiac has, GM left Pontiac, I don't know how long ago now. There's a lot of what you would call urban blood. Interesting. I appreciate your patience as I get to learn more about being live and including people and sharing the different adventures we go on. Next week we're at Live Golf. First time in Michigan. Should be interesting. I tried to watch Live Golf. It's kind of weird, don't you think? Like, I like it, but it's a very different format. So we'll see. I haven't had the opportunity to go to Rocket Mortgage, the PGA tournament yet, but maybe we'll do that next year. Looks like might be a little rain up here. So the whole distance from the top of the loop down to where Dream Cruise really gets going, which is Ferndale or 8 Mile.
14 miles.
14 miles. But you're looking at 4 lanes across northbound, 4 lanes across southbound for 14 miles. As you can see, there's folks sitting everywhere. And this isn't even event day. Oh, can you imagine?
Viper Club, should be.
There's the Viper Club. Kid on that motorcycle. These kids make me crazy. He's on 75, come up screaming beside you. Scare the poop out of me. So we're just about at, that's Beaumont Hospital, right?
The South Boulevard up here, I think.
So yeah, we're coming up to South Boulevard. And we're gonna pass on the left. I showed you, if you were with us when we were sharing when we were going southbound, we passed the M1 concourse, which is a really cool place. It used to be a test track, I believe. And they have private garages there where people have accommodation and their cars, and they can drive their cars on the track. Very cool place. They hold all kinds of events now. That's on that would be the west side of the road. You can see it coming up. They've got their fences blacked out for whatever reason. So they've got events going this week. And then on the right hand side, coming up, I'll leave you looking at M1 there so you can see it. Cool place. You can look it up online. That's kind of the fun of the internet, right? Here's the other favorite thing I have in Pontiac. Avon Donuts. I've got them on my stuff before. Best donuts ever. Well, you know, okay, so in Detroit, I love Avon Donuts, which is Pontiac. I love Donut Cutter, which is 12 Mile and Woodward. And Dutch Girl, which is recently purchased by a fella, and I'm sorry I don't know his name, but he's purchased all kinds of landmark type places that have been around for decades, and he's ensuring that they stay open and preserving the history of Detroit. So that's one of the places he's purchased. And I had the privilege of going there for donuts a few weeks ago, and they made a strong showing, I'll tell you that for free. So this is Pontiac. It's fun because I know that the kids will sit out on the loop and ask the guys with fast cars to do burnouts. Okay, here we are coming up to the top of the loop. Oops, sorry. Went a little crooked there, team. So again, it goes one way all the way around a loop. If you followed around, you'd end up going southbound on Woodward now. And we're gonna head towards M59. Or no, we don't do M59, we do Cesar Chavez. And then that is off the loop. It's funny, you know, you drive around this week and cars like this blue one up here become common. We met this guy. I'm just going to share a quick story. So we were at a car show and we met a guy who had a split window Corvette, and he bought it original, I think for $4,500 to deliver pizza in, and he kept it his whole life. It was just so fun because, you know, I love the stories behind the cars. Where did they get it? You know, some guys just have lots of money. They buy it and they have someone else redo it. But there's guys that painstakingly redo these vehicles, or some that have had them since they were kids and kept them the whole time. But I'll never forget that story. That was his pizza delivery car when he was a kid in the 60s. And he kept it the whole time. San Francisco Niners. Alright guys, that is the loop. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share your ideas, and we'll see you at the Dream Cruise. Thank you. I don't know, it might be live forever. I can't seem to turn it off, guys.